Never think that anything is impossible, or even that space is something that is far further from us, or even it's something that is we can't reach due to our limitation or our limited resources, or even if we're like start questioning ourselves that we can do such a thing. I believe mechanical engineers, especially in Palestinian universities, are talented and they can contribute to this industry. And I want to encourage them to think outside of the box and take initiatives in projects that they think they are impossible or unrealistic or can't be happening in the upcoming years in Palestine.
Palestine's contribution to human civilization is deeply rooted in history. Creative Palestinian students studying at Palestinian universities have their innovative projects and inventions, and they name them Palestine. Bayyan Abusalameh is a Palestinian graduate of the Department of Mechanical Engineering of CubeSat University here in Palestine. She is now working on her master's degree in advanced mechanical engineering at the Queen Mary University of London. Her invention is CubeSat, and she has hope that Palestine would be among the leading countries in this field of science. Bayan, welcome to our program, and please brief us on a CubeSat, the invention that Bayan, the Palestinian student, has come with.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. So CubeSats, or miniaturized sat, are small satellites that the countries have developed in order to study the Earth from low orbit, or what we called as LEO. Now, conventional satellites usually take up to 7 years to develop, and they cost almost $150 million, sometimes even more. That if the country has gave a clearance for giving the information of the cost of the satellites. So as a solution, in 1998, two scientists of California University have invented something called CubeSatellite. And this CubeSatellite's main purpose was educational purpose, where students can use commercial off-the-shelves and install it in a small satellites where they can deploy their knowledge about conventional satellites. Nowadays, cube satellites are used to observe the Earth and present random data of the Earth and feed the ground stations of the necessary information about Earth, whether that study is climate change, whether that study is even the growth, the urban growth, or even the shortage in water sources.
Yes, Bayan, you got your BA in mechanical engineering from CubeSat University here in occupied Palestine. Tell me how the University of CubeSat contributed to your thinking and your materialization of your idea, of your project, how it provided the good environment for you to come with this idea.
Well, CubeSat University is a space where students can it's a place where you can express yourself. You have the space to do extracurricular activities, and there is plenty of opportunities in CubeSat University to volunteer, to learn a new skill, to meet new people, to network, and that was the case for me. In my freshman year, I volunteered in many extracurricular activities, and I even worked in one of the prestigious campaign in CubeSat University. It's called the Right to Education campaign. From this campaign, I lectured about the education in Palestine, and I was invited among 13 other students to talk about the education in Palestine. I gave a speech at Harvard Law, for instance. I also contributed in many conferences that I was invited to through Bureau State University. So it's the environment where you can express yourself and where you can network. Not to mention, it's the environment that they build the love and devotion for the Palestinian cause. And you feel like while studying in the university, you have to give everything that you have right now so you can be contributing to this cause.
Yeah. You mentioned how Birzeit promotes and strengthens, Birzeit University, the national sincerity and the national thinking among its students. And you named your invention Palestine First or Palestine 1. Does this mean that we are going to have Palestine 2 and Palestine 3?
Well, usually cube satellites go under many developments in developing and making them. The primary object of, or the primary purpose of this project was to create Palestine's first cube satellite. However, as I worked on it, I was like, why not even develop the first Palestinian space program where we can be responsible of developing this industry and even upgrade it and even take it to further developments and further enhancements.
Yeah. With regard to this issue, you know that Palestine is still not independent. It is still occupied. So we have like a bigger problem with the resources available for such kind of science and such kind of inventions. Do you think that the people who are interested in this field, the people like you, can overcome this problem, the problem of resources?
Well, first of all, I just want to highlight something that I have made this project in COVID, and I had limited access for a lot of facilities in the university due to COVID situation here in the UK. But I managed to do the analysis and the required designs needed for this thesis. I don't think that the limited resources will be an issue or a major issue even initiate the industry. I feel it's just an obstacle that we have to overcome so we can take this industry and maybe start developing or even start our contribution to it. I think what we have in Palestine, we have competence, Palestinian competence. We have thinkers and we have brilliant minds that they will be contributing significantly to this industry. And I feel if we invested in the universities to supply computer labs, sufficient computer labs, this industry can be starting as in theory, and hopefully in the next years it can take an actual place into space.
Yeah. This kind of industry and this kind of inventions that you started yourself requires scientific research and academic knowledge, academic writing. Do you think that we have here in Palestine conducive environment for scientific research to develop and add more to these inventions?
I think we should work on this in the universities, in the Palestinian universities. We should encourage the scientific research and even the way that we write scientific journals and scientific papers. I feel this field was missing in my bachelor's experience. I feel like in the program that I have undertaken, there wasn't a highlight on how to write academically or how to conduct our research. However, I think this is something that we can overcome when university professors and doctors can work on planting the idea of academic writing among bachelor students, so they can actually manage to have a valid research in their Palestinian universities.
And Bayan, do you have any connection with Palestinian universities here, with Palestinian scientific centers, scientific institutes, organizations, or any party in order to promote your invention and adopt it?
Well, right now I'm trying to contact a few professors in Palestinian in my university, and hopefully we'll come to understanding where we can do something mutual here between the UK and the Palestinian universities, in particular my university. However, there is nothing fixed or nothing initiated. I should
Yes.
totally
And
work on this right now.
when you come back to Palestine, as you are going to complete your master's degree in the very near future, as I heard it from you before we started the interview, what is the first step that you are going to take here in Palestine?
Well, first, I would love to make connections with the Palestinian universities regarding this particular research. And hopefully we can proceed with the design to actually execute it, and so we can release it or even launch it into space within the upcoming 2 years or even 3 years.
And my final question to you, Bayan, what do you say to the students at the departments of mechanic engineering in the Palestinian universities? What is your advice to them?
My advice for them is never take anything for granted, question everything, and never think that anything is impossible or even that space is something that is far further from us, or even it's something that is we can't reach due to our limitation or our limited resources, or even if we're like start questioning ourselves that we can do such a thing. I believe mechanical engineers, especially in Palestinian universities, are talented and they can contribute to this industry. And I want to encourage them to think outside of the box and take initiatives in projects that they think they are impossible or unrealistic or can't be happening in the upcoming years in Palestine.
Bayyan Abusalameh, graduate of the Mechanic Engineering Department of CubeSat University. It has been a great pleasure to have you on our program.
The pleasure is mine.
Thank you very much for watching, and from you, Osama Nazal. Goodbye.